All right, hey there. Welcome to Math 2241. This is multivariable calculus. I'm your professor, Professor Pecoraro. You can call me Professor P if that's too hard to say. Um, and I just wanted to take this time to go over the syllabus with you and to give a brief overview of our Canvas page. So let's go ahead and get started on that. Let me share my screen here so that you can see. Oops, actually, I have to open up the page first. So let me do that. And all right, here we go. So now I'll share my screen and you should be able to see that. Okay, here is our syllabus. So as you can see at the top, there's the name and everything else. And the most important thing at the top is probably my name and this email right here. So this email is how you will be able to contact me throughout the course. If you ever need to ask a question, just go ahead and send me an email. Uh, it can be short and sweet. You don't have to explain everything. Just give me an email with the question. I'm not too picky about format or anything, as long as it's clear what you're asking me. Office hours will still be held this semester, even though this course is asynchronous. I can still make Zoom appointments with you, but you have to email me. Again, use this email and send it in an email with the subject line office hours. Okay. All right. Our textbook this semester will be Calculus Early Transcendentals by James Stewart. This is the pretty standard textbook for calculus. I don't care what edition you use for this course. I use the 7th edition, and I use that for your homework and test problems. That's where I pick them from. But you can use whichever version you want. Most of the sections that we'll cover should be in your textbook. These are some other options for you to go through. The OpenStax textbook is pretty good. As Paul's online math notes also has lots of good examples. Khan is pretty standard. Oop, that should not be the differential calculus one. I might have to modify that. And that's it for our textbooks and learning resources. At the bottom of this syllabus, you also have the MLC, the Math Learning Center available. If you're ever on campus, you can go in. They also have drop-in online tutoring services. Next is our course objectives. This is what we want to accomplish in this course, what you want to accomplish in this course. We will cover about 4 chapters in 5 weeks. That is about 3 times faster than the normal amount of time given for this course. So you want to work 3 times as hard. It is going to be fast paced. It is going to be difficult. So you should prepare yourselves. Um, Basically, what you want to do is be able at the end of each section to understand the terminology, make yourselves flashcards or something, quiz each other. You should understand the definitions of anything that comes up, and you should be able to solve exercises of easy to medium difficulty. That is a pretty good benchmark for whether you're at a passing level of understanding for the class. Prerequisites, you will not get to that passing level of understanding without these. You should know some basic algebra. If you struggled with algebra in calculus 1 and 2, don't think that it's going to get easier here. It will not. I guarantee you it will only get harder. So make sure that you practice a lot of these things like polynomial factoring, dealing with exponent laws and logarithm laws. You should know how to find roots and asymptotes and that sort of thing. This one, trigonometry, is the number one problem area for every student I've ever had in calculus. All of my students forget all of their trigonometry. They don't even know what the sine and cosine functions are sometimes. And so you need to understand that. I am not going to take time to cover that stuff in this course or review any of it because it is at this point considered basic. And so if you are having trouble with that, I suggest that you go online somewhere, find a worksheet to uh, just work through at your own pace. and do that soon so that you are not falling behind in this course. The last prerequisite that you need is single variable calculus, all of your differentiation, your integration, all of that good stuff. Most important thing that you need to know is how to what a limit is and how to compute it. Everything in calculus is defined using limits. It's no different in calculus 3. You can go through the rest of these if you want later. All right, here's the meat of the course, all of the important stuff that you really should pay attention to if you haven't already. These are the assignments. So we have 4 different types of assignments. There's homework, quizzes, tests, and discussion boards. 3 of those are part of your standard grade. 1 of them is bonus. The homework is ungraded, but graded through the quizzes. So I guess really only 2 are graded. I will give you homework sets daily on the same page as your videos are posted. It's not graded, not collected. You just have to motivate yourself to go ahead, pick up your book and work on those problems. I'll test you on your homework or whether you've completed it by giving you quizzes twice a week. So that there will be 2 quizzes each week. I'll just open them at the beginning of the week. And that means that there will be 10 quizzes in total. And the way they work is you have 10 or 15 minutes to complete about 2 problems, maybe 3, probably not. But those problems will be chosen randomly from the 2 most recent homework sets that you've had. So if we have done videos 1.1 and 1.2 on 3D geometry and coordinates and vectors, then you'll get 1 3D coordinate systems question and 1 vectors question on your next quiz. That's about 40% of your grade right there. And then the next part is your tests, which are another 40% of your grade. There are 4 of these in total. There is none this first week. And each test should have about 10 to 15 problems. And then you have your final exam, which will be 20% of your grade and about twice as long as the average test. Oh, and I don't know if I mentioned, but I will give you about an hour, hour and a half, maybe 2 hours for your tests. I try to give a little bit more time during asynchronous courses so that you have time to upload things that you need to. And last for tests, we have this drop policy. If you have a really bad test, or you just, you completely forget that a test happened on a certain day or something, or you couldn't make it, you have this little saving grace. So your final exam grade will replace your lowest test grade as long as it's higher than at least one of them, at least one of your test grades, and you've missed no more than 1 quiz. So submit all but one of your quizzes, 90%, and get a reasonably good final exam score. That's it. And then you get to drop your last test and have it replaced with your final, or your lowest test and have it replaced with your final grade. All right, last is the discussion boards. These are the bonus assignments. So the way these work is that at the beginning of each week, there will be a discussion board corresponding to that week in the discussion section of Canvas. And in there, you'll find some instructions telling you how to post and giving you examples of what to do. So you get to ask 1 question and answer 1 question. Each one of those gives you half a percentage point on top of your final grade at the end of the course. So the way this will work is you go through the course at the end of the semester. If you have, say, 77%, and you just really need that B, then, well, lucky for you, you've been paying attention to the discussion boards. And for weeks 2 through 5, you asked 1 question and you answered a question. Well, you get 1, 2, 3, 4 percentage points added right on top of that 77% to give you 81. And there's your B at the end of the semester. So this can be a really, really helpful little thing for you to use. It's also nice for you to interact with your other classmates during an asynchronous course. That way you can help each other. Sometimes asking me questions through email can be unreliable. or it just doesn't help you in the way that you need. So asking another resource like your classmates and struggling through things together can be one good way of learning. Um, right here at the end, no late submissions, no retakes. I'm just not going to do any of that this semester. Sometimes I'm a little bit lenient, but because it's an asynchronous course, it's very, very quick. It's just not practical to allow anything like that. So make sure that you are marking everything on your calendar and make sure that you are taking some amount of time out of your day for lectures and homework every day. Just here's a quick breakdown of the grading. Quizzes are 40%. Each quiz is about 4% because there are 10 of them. Tests are 40%. Each one of them is 10%, and the final is 20%. Your grading scale is pretty standard. I'm not going to offer you any individual extra credit assignments. Don't ask me because I'll just ignore you or say no. And then you have some important dates to mark on your calendar here. So your 4 tests, mark these down. They're all multiples of 7. And then your final exam. So Tuesday or Wednesday. I don't know exactly when that is. I haven't checked, and I don't know if they've posted it yet. Probably not. And then course policies, attendance and academic honesty. We're asynchronous, so I don't care about attendance. But at the same time, you should still mark out, say, an hour, hour and a half each day, Monday through Friday, to work through something on this course. Okay, watch some videos, do some exercises, and probably want to mark out a little bit more than that. Maybe 1 hour for the videos, and then say 2 hours later in the day for your homework. Take like 30-minute, taken in like 30-minute sections. So you do 30 minutes of homework, take 5-minute break, 30 minutes of homework, 5-minute break, and so on, and whatever you need to do. Academic honesty, basically don't cheat. It causes more problems for me and more paperwork. And it causes more headache for you. And then the last thing is disability and MLC services. I already mentioned the MLC. Disability, if you need accommodations like extra time for quizzes or tests or something, do that, and then they'll send me an email. You have to go talk to them. And then the MLC is really, really helpful if you're struggling with anything in this course or anything in previous courses, like that trig that we talked about a second ago. Last thing is the Title IX. This is sexual harassment stuff. Everybody should know what this is, regardless of what class you're in. But if you don't, go ahead and read up and make sure that you're aware of all the policies here. That's pretty much it for our syllabus. So why don't we now go ahead and look at our Canvas page. Okay, so here you can see some stuff. I'm looking at this in student view, so this should be how it appears when you guys look at our Canvas page. The course is not published at the moment, so you can't see this just yet, but you will as soon as I'm able to publish it later. So here is our homepage, and it links directly to the modules. Home or modules is where you should be going for everything in this course. I know some students just go straight to assignments or straight to quizzes or whatever, and just click whatever the next due thing is. Don't rely on that. It's not reliable, and if you click something in Canvas, sometimes it decides, oh, that's done. I don't have to show it to you in assignments anymore. But you've only clicked on it and decided to, close your computer and then come back later, and then you open it up and you've forgotten that you had to do that assignment that you clicked on. So make sure that you pay attention to modules and not assignments. Okay. If you need to look at just the assignments or quizzes or something, you can go through there. Modules and home should be where you look for things most of the time. I'm going to go to our syllabus page in a second, just so you can see where to get access to that document I was looking at a second ago. But first, we have our welcome page. So here's our introduction. You click here, and you'll be able to watch this video that you're watching right now. So you probably didn't need me to tell you that. And next is going to be week 1. So as soon as you're done watching this video, you're going to click week 1 videos 1.1. And oh, look at that. Here's our page. It's got some information. I'll go over this information in the video, but this is just a precursor. You have all the terms that you're going to need to understand, all of the formulas that you'll use, and then some objectives for you to go through. I talk more about these in the videos. And then next is your homework sets. So again, I choose these out of the book that I use, and they are numbered in a very specific way. They're probably not numbered the same in other editions, which is why I haven't uploaded it yet, but I will upload a scan of the pages with these homework problems on them so that you guys can work directly off of that instead of using your textbook or trying to figure out which ones they are in your textbook. However, you do still need to be reading from your textbook to get through most of this. If you decide that you want to not use a textbook at all, that's perfectly fine, but you're giving yourself a little bit more risk of not understanding what's going on. And then underneath is the lecture videos. Right here, you only have the overview video for now. This is where I cover all of these things and define all of the terms. We describe everything that's going on here, and then talk about the objectives as well. The way that the lecture videos will work basically is that you'll have this overview that's down there. And then afterwards, you'll have a video consisting of examples that I've worked out for you. And then sometimes there will be a third video consisting of explanations of maybe some extra complicated formulas, like maybe you don't understand the distance between 2 points formula or how it relates to the equation of a sphere. Or maybe we're talking about curvature and the formula just makes no sense to you. Those third videos that I'll post will be explanations of what those formulas are and how you get them. Things like derivations. And I think that's everything that I needed to cover with you. Show you the discussion pages real quick. So you've got your classmate discussion boards for weeks 1 through 5. These are pinned at the top. And if we click on one, okay, here is our page. So you got all of the instructions here and an example of how this works. So just go ahead and give that a shot as soon as you're working on stuff. Okay, so I'm going to stop sharing here and I'm going to end this video. That is everything that I was able to think of for this. If you have any questions on things that I have not addressed, please just go ahead and send me an email to that email mentioned in the syllabus. Oh, and I didn't tell you where to find the syllabus. It's on the syllabus page on Canvas. So if you click that, there should be a link in there to the long version of the syllabus. And on Canvas, there's the short version. All right. Well, go ahead and click on that week 1.1 videos page and then watch the overview and examples video and get to work.